Mga idol at kabayan, super good news! Pangulong Marcos Jr. ipinakita na tayo ang nagmamay-ari at may karapatan sa mga oil at gas sa West Philippine Sea. Bilang panimula, pinayagan ni Pangulong Marcos ang Australian energy firm na ituloy ang pagsasagawa ng oil exploration activities at pati na ang drilling sa Service Contract 6B sa Hilagang Kanlurang Baybayin ng Palawan. Dagdag pa dito, bagong impormasyon ayon sa Department of Energy, magsasagawa din ng oil at gas exploration sa Service Contract 54 na mas malaki kaysa Service Contract 6B o ang Kadlaw Oilfield sa Palawan. Pagdating naman sa seguridad, narinyan ang Philippine Navy upang siguraduhin ang seguridad ng mga crew at ang lokasyon ng mga service contract ay nasa West Philippine Sea at napakalapit sa kalupaan ng Palawan. Ito ang balitang ating pag-uusapan dito lang sa Good News Philippines. Huwag kalimutang i-like ang video, mag-subscribe, mabilis lang ito, promise! Grabe, nakakabilib ang ginawa ni Pangulong Marcos Jr. dahil kung hindi man ito nagawa ng dating mga nakaupo bilang Pangulo ng Republika ng Pilipinas ngayon, muli tayong gagalugad ng langis sa West Philippine Sea. Kaya pala napakahalaga ng mga security engagement natin sa mga bansang suportado ang seguridad ng bansa. Ibinunyag ng Pangulong Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. itong Martes na pinayagan ng Department of Energy ang drilling survey sa Kadlaw Oilfield sa Palawan. Hindi lamang yan mga idol at kabayan dahil kakapasok lang na impormasyon, magsasagawa din ang bansa ng oil exploration sa Service Contract 54 na mas malaki pa sa Kadlaw Oilfield sa Palawan. Isang maagang indikasyon sa 100 araw na panunungkulan ng bagong Pangulo ng bansa ay pinayagan kamakailan ng Department of Energy ang Nido Petroleum Philippines Pty Limited, ang technical operator ng Service Contract 6B, ang Kadlaw Oilfield sa Palawan, na magpapatuloy sa site survey ng kanilang mga drilling location sa kanilang mga service contract area sa huling quarter nitong taon. Pag sinabi nating appraisal drilling, ang pagdrill ay ginagawa kapag natuklasan ang langis o gas upang masuri kung gaano karami ang mayroon, kung gaano kalaki ang field at posibleng rate ng produksyon at ang mga katangian ng langis o gas. Ang good news dito mga idol at kabayan dahil meron pang isang service contract na tinatarget din ang Marcos administration, ang Service Contract 54, kung saan malapit din sa Kadlaw Oilfield sa Palawan. Kaya walang duda na ang mga ito ay matutuloy dahil malinaw pa sa sikat ng araw na ating ito. Panoorin ang pahayag, sagot at paliwanag ng Department of Energy para sa inyong karagdagang kaalaman.
So let me now ask Undersecretary Sales to walk you through some of the highlights insofar as the Kadlaw and Service Contract 54 developments are concerned, and then we can open this for discussion. Okay?
Yes, thank you, Secretary. Some more updates about the announcement yesterday of President PBBM. Anyway, the DOE has given the go signal for the contractor operator, Nido Petroleum, to proceed with their site survey as was mentioned yesterday. So the site survey is the initial activity prior to drilling a well in the offshore area. Principally, what it does is make sure that the seabed where the drilling rig will position itself is going to be safe. While this is an activity that is seen by all, there are other activities currently ongoing to allow drilling to proceed in the first half of next year. A lot of these have to do with our own regulatory requirements with regard to health, safety, and the environment. And on these requirements, the operator, Nido Petroleum, have already secured all of these permits. And on that side, they are ready to go. There are other considerations with regard to issuing contracts and finalizing contracts for the different services and equipment that will be onboarded on the rig. But these have already been finalized, and the final POs for all of these have already been completed by the operator. The other thing is the order of the materials to be used in the drilling. Principally, these will be what we call casings and tubulars. In fact, these have already been procured by the operator. They are currently in storage in Batam Island of Singapore in Indonesia. So on that front, things are moving forward. according to schedule. With regard to the drilling rig itself, they have at present two options. They are looking at it's either going to be a drilling rig coming out of refurbishment in Vietnam, or they're also looking to maybe use jack-up rigs. Okay, but the principal decision here will be more on economics, which one would be cheaper to operate. I'd like also to stress that when we do these activities, environmental permits have to be cleared. So these are principally two agencies, the DENR, where we have to get the environmental clearance from them, and the Palawan Council for Sustainable Development, since this activity is going to be undertaken in offshore Northwest Palawan. With regard to the schedule of the drilling can be firmed up by the time that the contract with the drilling rig is executed. But the target remains to be to drill by the first half. Also, I would like to add that when they come here next year with the drilling rig, they will actually be drilling two wells. There will be one well on Kadlaw, which will be the appraisal well. But Nido Petroleum is also our service contract holder in another service contract. This is service contract 54, also located in Northwest Palawan. They are going to drill an exploration well to test a concept on the Nido Reef Play. That area is proximal to the old Nido field, which we recently shut down in 2019. So we're looking very, very closely at the exploration well that they're going to drill as well in this service contract, because it could actually open up new ideas and new concepts in drilling in Northwest Palawan.
Question is from Eric of Reuters. Eric Pilapus of Reuters. Mr. Secretary, can you please talk about the security aspect of this Nido and Kadlaw drilling activities? Do you think we need to ramp up our security measures since these are near distributed areas, and may also have an update on the status of SC52 and 75?
Well, I will limit myself to the first part of your question, Eric. As far as the security aspects are concerned, of course, we are in constant touch with our security agencies. But we have to assure you that these activities are taking place in areas that are indisputably within Philippine jurisdiction. In the case of Kadlaw, for example, the drilling activities there began in the 1990s. And in the case of Service Contract 54, the exploration activities took place there as well in 2008. Now, Undersecretary Bacordo is not here with us, but he is the one who is primarily responsible for liaising with our security agencies. As a former flag officer in command of the Philippine Navy, he is in constant touch with our Department of National Defense and National Security Council people. So let me ask Undersecretary Salas if he has some other points to add.
Yes, just to mention additionally, the location of Kadlaw and Service Contract 54 are actually even closer to the main island of Palawan than our operating gas field Malampaya and our operating oil field Galo. So these areas are actually more inboard and hence are really indisputably in Philippine waters and territory.
Laban Pinas.